Good evening, everyone. Welcome to ACTI DIABCARE Community. Let us wait for a few seconds for everyone to join. So, namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining. Welcome to ACTI DIABCARE Community. This community is a platform where experts share their knowledge with the members of the community who are looking forward for better diabetes management. I'm Dr. Geetha Ramanna, Head Nutrition and Food Technology, Essence Wellness Private Limited. And today's topic is unmasking added sugars and healthier sugar alternatives. So today I will be covering certain burning questions. We are going to learn the answers for certain questions like, does sugar really is needed for us to survive, and how much is too much, and how does the sugar sneak into our foods, everyday foods, and which are the healthier sugar alternatives for diabetics or even for health conscious individuals. So to start with, let us start with the first question. So क्या sugar ज़रूरी है हमें for life? So answer is no. Actually, the sugar is not at all required for us to for life. According to ICMR guidelines, sugar is something that is consumed for pleasure. So from where do we get energy? That is from glucose derived from carbohydrates as well as sugar. Sugar also comes under carbohydrate. So glucose is vital for energy for all the cells in the body. So we get glucose from foods like rice, roti, millets, etc. So if we do not eat any of these carbohydrate food, body is also able to derive glucose for energy from foods like protein rich foods and fats, also through a process called gluconeogenesis. So glucose is important, which comes from other carbohydrate, protein or even fat rich foods. Sugar as such is consumed just for pleasure, and whenever we consume sugar, happy hormones is released in the brain. So sugar is not the one which is required to be consumed every day. So coming to the next question, how much is too much? According to recent ICMR guidelines, 2024 guidelines, it's best to avoid sugars. Whether you are a health conscious individual or a diabetic, it is best to avoid. But if you are consuming, it is good to restrict between 20 to 25 grams, that is about 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar. So this 4 to 5 teaspoons is not just the spoons which you measure and add into your tea or coffee cups or any other sweets. It can also come in various other forms without you knowing it. Depends on the food choices you make. So if you are a person, how does it enter into your food? How does the sugar sneaks into your food? If you are a person who starts your morning with bread, cereals, jams, peanut butter, etc., sugar does enter your diet, apart from the added sugars, that is teaspoons of sugar which I said that can be added into your cups of tea, coffee or juices, etc. So some of the companies do add sugar even into bread in order to activate the yeast and for better texture. And some of the other forms of food which has sugar are sauces, ketchup, soups, and of course the biscuits, cookies, cakes and all that you eat during the day, some snacks, such sugar rich foods. So it is important for you to read the labels for added sugars. So even if the label says zero added sugar, excuse me, you need to read out the ingredient list for hidden names, and those hidden names are corn syrup, again, which is a form of a sugar, brown sugar, caramel, malt sugar, dextrose, um, and other forms are caramel, I told, artificial sugars like aspartame, acesulfame, um, cane sugar, and galactose, and many other forms are there. In fact, I had made a list of sugars I wanted to show, but it won't be possible because it is seen in a reverse form. So the fructose, confectioner's sugar, molasses, all these sugars are the alternate names of sugars, again, which enters into your food. So you need to really read the labels carefully to find out if any of those names which you are doubtful are actually the names of sugars. So coming to the next question, which form of alternative sugar is safe to consume? So in order to know that, we need to know which various forms of sugar. There are three forms of sugar, that is free sugar, bound sugar, and non-nutritive sugar. Which are free sugars? Free sugars are the regular sugar, honey, jaggery, coconut sugar. All these are free sugars, which raises your blood sugar level. And the bound sugars, as the name goes, are the sugars which are in the fruits and vegetables. They are bound to the fibers that is present, and these bound sugars gradually raise the blood sugar level, and they have a sustained release of sugar, glucose into the blood. So, and the last one is non-nutritive sugars. Most of them are artificial ones. Example, acesulfame, many sugar alcohols like erythritol, xylitol, mannitol, sucralose. All these are non-nutritive sugars. As the name goes, they do not have any nutrition in them. They are empty calories. So these are non-nutritive sugars. So among them, the first, the category which I told, free sugar, in that honey, jaggery, brown sugar, coconut sugar, stevia, these are all, even monk fruit sugar, these are all natural sugars. So honey, although it has lower glycemic index, it has little impact on your blood sugar level. It also has good number of calories, in fact a little more than sugar. Coming to between jaggery, brown sugar and sugar, there is not much of difference in calorie is same, but jaggery has few extra minerals like calcium, iron, etc. So this is a little better alternative than sugar. And honey gives antioxidants to the body, because our body produces a lot of reactive oxygen species. So antioxidants remove those reactive oxygen species from the body in order to protect our body from inflammation, aging, etc. So among these, stevia is another natural sugar which is almost no calorie, and it also has a very little impact on blood sugar level. So compared to the sugar, very small amount of stevia is required to get the same desired level of sweetness. So stevia is a natural sugar alternative. It is better than other artificial forms of sugar. Another set of sugar alternatives are sugar alcohols, under which xylitol, mannitol, erythritol, many such sugar alcohols come under this list. And these sugar alcohols has very little impact on glycemic index and have very low calories. If you are looking for weight loss, these may be better options. And as I said, even diabetics can consume these sugars, but in a moderation. So we need to really be careful while deciding the portion size of what you are consuming, how much you are consuming, and you need to read the labels of food packets before buying them and consuming them. So moderation is the key in order to make sure that you are not consuming in a large amount, and long-term consumption of these, some of them like acesulfame, sucralose, etc., are known to cause disruption in the gut microbiota. That is, it may create leaky gut, or it may create an imbalance between good and bad bacteria in the gut, so thereby having a negative impact on your long-term health. So erythritol is a new form of sugar alcohol. A lot of research is going on. So in order to avoid any negative impact that can happen in the long run, it is always safe to consume in moderation. So I hope you have learned about sugars, alternative names, and the impact of blood glucose level. If there are any questions, you can post it in the chat box. I'll be happy to take. Are there any questions? I don't see any questions. So to wind up, today we learned that sugar is not essential, and it is okay. There is one question. Okay, no. Okay, thank you, Soumitra Banerjee. So today we learned that sugar is not at all essential for us to survive, and carbohydrates does provide the required glucose for the body to function, for energy, and about 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar is good enough every day, and in fact it is better to avoid or restrict consuming sugar. So there are various names for sugar. You have to read the labels carefully to know that which is the alternate name of sugar on the labels. So I have read out the various names, and there are more actually. And among the sugar alternatives, stevia is a natural sugar alternative, or rather safer sugar alternative. Honey can be consumed in moderation, but again, honey also can, too much of honey is also not advisable. And other forms of sugars like sugar alcohols are to be consumed in moderation to avoid long-term negative health impact. Thank you for joining, everyone. Keep joining for future sessions. There will be more such informative sessions, and very soon we will be making a session on reading labels. So hopefully we'll see you all very soon. Thank you for joining. Have a good day. Thank you.